Happy Independence Day, and God bless America, and God bless Bitcoin. In today's show, Kraken's head of business says the Bitcoin price can go to $1 million. That's right, Kraken's head of business, Dan Held, explained why he believes the Bitcoin price can reach $1 million in this exclusive interview with Cointelegraph. I'm going to be breaking down for you here in today's show. Held predicts Bitcoin to hold from $5 trillion to $100 trillion of value in its final stages. And also in today's show, sparks fly as critics question the Bitcoin model predicting a $100,000 Bitcoin price by 2021. We're talking about the stock to flow model, which predicts after the 2020 block reward halving, Bitcoin will rise to a market cap of $1 trillion. That corresponds with approximately $55,000 per coin. And then we have stock to flow X, which has been updated with the new regression formula that suggests Bitcoin will reach $100,000 in 2020 or 2021. So it's ultimately the stock to flow model doubling down on the Bitcoin price. And taking a look at what some influencers have to say regarding stock to flow. Jimmy Song, he wrote, "Why are people dunking on the stock to flow model? Just a few difficulty adjustments past the halving. The prediction was that Bitcoin will be $100,000 before the end of 2021. Declaring victory now is like declaring victory 5 minutes into the game." Then we have Max Kaiser, shout out to Max, who wrote, "So far, the arguments debunking stock to flow for Bitcoin appear to just be random word salads by attention seekers. Stock to flow is a valid and vital analysis of Bitcoin price that provides excellent insight into the market." Very well said, Max. I'm going to be breaking down this story for you in today's show. Also, in today's episode, top Bitcoin analyst says altcoin breakout is imminent, predicts that Ethereum, XRP, Litecoin, and 6 crypto assets are set for major rallies. In today's show, I'll be breaking down this story and sharing what those 6 altcoins are. Also, we'll be taking a look at the overall crypto market. As we can see, Bitcoin and most of the major cryptos back in the red as a lot of the altcoins are surging against Bitcoin. But where's the Bitcoin price likely to go from here? Find out all this plus so much more in today's show. Here at Crypto News Alerts, I drop a brand new episode every single day. So be sure to smash that subscribe button and turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts. And before we kick off today's show, if interested in learning from the Wall Street legend himself, Teeka Tiwari, who picked Apple back in 2003 and Bitcoin in 2016, as he shares his #1 pick for the 2020s, they're calling it the investment of the decade. Right now, there is a mad rush in corporate America. It involves Amazon, Google, Microsoft, and Facebook. They're all betting on a new technology that the World Economic Forum projects will soar 295,000% over 7 years, but it's not AI, the Internet of Things, or 5G. To discover what it is, click the link below this video in the description to watch this exclusive presentation by the one and only Teeka Tiwari. All right, welcome back to another episode of Crypto News Alerts. I'm your host, JV, and let's kick it off by diving into today's top story of the day. We got the Kraken's head of business predicting that Bitcoin can go to $1 million. That's right, let's break it down. Kraken's head of business, Dan Held, has been involved in crypto since 2013. In his latest interview with Cointelegraph, which I'll include in the show notes below the video in the description for you to reference and check it out for yourself. And here I'm going to be giving you some of the highlights from this exclusive interview. He dives into the early crypto meetups in San Francisco's Mission District and explains how the price of one Bitcoin could eventually reach $1 million. And if you're as ecstatic as I am for Bitcoin to one day be trading at $1 million, let me know in the comments right down below. I feel it's inevitable. It will definitely happen. It's only a matter of time. Held also explains why Bitcoin could become a very boring asset and why he believes it's time to stop experimenting with altcoins, which is a very interesting perspective. That's right, Bitcoin is famous for its volatility, but Held thinks that won't always be the case. He believes Bitcoin to be digital gold, as I also believe. With that thesis comes the expectation that there will be immense growth in the asset's market capitalization. He goes on to share, Bitcoin is in its final stages. Decades from now will be something very boring. Like our grandkids will go, Grandpa, Grandma, I only hear about Bitcoin. Everyone's got Bitcoin. It's like, who cares? Like, it's a boring investment. It's like holding cash. Held predicts that Bitcoin to hold from $5 trillion to $100 trillion of value in its final stages. This would result in a transformation from a high volatile asset to a very boring currency. And that's when we can expect the Bitcoin price to be hovering above $1 million. Held's belief in Bitcoin is unshakable. He's seen his net worth go up and drop 80% 3 times. Can anyone else relate? And yet 90% of his current net worth remains in Bitcoin. His unwillingness to diversify his portfolio comes from a staunch belief that blockchain technology is only useful for Bitcoin. He goes on to share, Satoshi purposely built blockchain tech to build Bitcoin. Blockchain tech sucks. It's terrible. It makes so many trade-offs to build Bitcoin that it's basically ineffective for almost anything else. So under this line of thought, which he calls Bitcoin minimalism to spike Vitaly Buterin, he doesn't see a reason for altcoins to exist. I repeat, he doesn't see a reason for altcoins to exist. So a very similar perspective to that of Max Kaiser. To Held, altcoins are just experiments that have yet to prove blockchain is useful for anything but Bitcoin. And again, if you want to check out the entire exclusive interview, I'll include the show note below the video in the description. And now for our next story of the day. Sparks fly as critics question the Bitcoin model, Stock the Flow X, predicting $100,000 Bitcoin price by 2021. And before we break this down, let's take a look at the overall crypto market. We have Bitcoin hovering just above that $9,000 support, down 0.37% for the day. We have Ethereum down 0.5%, trading at $225. But we do have a good mixture of altcoins surging against Bitcoin as Bitcoin's dominance takes a break finally. Chainlink down 2.5%, trading at $4.74. We have XRP up 0.14%, trading at 17.7 cents. Mist Litecoin up 0.8%, trading at $41. We have Cardano, ADA, pumping up 4.5%. This has been surging as of this week. I know 48 hours ago, ADA was surging approximately 10%. Yesterday, it was up 2%. So we do have quite a bit of good projects that are surging against Bitcoin right now. And before we take a look at some of the exchange volume, let's get right on over to our next story of the day. This is very interesting. The Bitcoin Stock the Flow model, created by the pseudo-anonymous analyst Plan B, has been a controversial subject over the past year. A majority of the crypto investors on Twitter seemingly believe in the model, though it's increasingly come under fire. I talk about Stock the Flow here on the show all the time. In fact, yesterday's episode was dedicated to a Bitcoin price prediction via the Stock the Flow model of $288,000 per Bitcoin by 2024. If you missed it, be sure to check it out. Debates about Plan B's work have come to a head over the past few days as prominent commentators have chimed in. So what exactly is the Stock the Flow model? Well, the STF model is an econometric formula released by Plan B in March of 2019. The pseudo-anonymous analyst is a Dutch institutional investor that manages a multi-billion-dollar balance sheet. Though he moonlights as a Bitcoin proponent, Plan B's analysis suggests that the value of Bitcoin and other precious goods, namely gold and silver, can be valued by their scarcity. The image below is the model's first iteration, as you can see why Bitcoin has value, and you can see the scarcity. And I'll also note it's showing you against precious metals, gold and silver here in this chart. So the model predicts that after 2020's block reward halving, Bitcoin will rise to a market cap of 1 trillion. We're currently sitting at below 200 billion, just FYI. So that corresponds with approximately $55,000 per coin. But wait, it has been since updated with the new regression formula that suggests Bitcoin will reach $100,000 in 2020. That's this year. Or by 2021, Plan B's updated iteration of the model has a high R-squared value of about 95% and is purportedly co-integrated with Bitcoin's price. Statistics lingo aside, the Stock the Flow model's proponent say that it's a confirmation that the model has credence, but not everyone thinks that's the case. Unfortunately for the Bitcoin bulls, one of those individuals is Vitaly Buterin of Ethereum. He looks down upon the Stock the Flow model, interestingly enough. Now, the Stock the Flow model has recently been supported by a number of Bitcoiners. Bitcoin educator / programmer Jimmy Song, shout out to Jimmy, wrote the following message on July 2nd, arguing that it is well too soon to dunk on the model. And I agree here 100%. He wrote, "Why are people dunking on the Stock the Flow model? Just a few difficulty adjustments past the halving. The prediction was that Bitcoin will be $100,000. That's right, 6 digits before the end of next year, 2021. Declaring victory now is like declaring victory 5 minutes into the game. And then we have Max Kaiser, shout out to Max of the Kaiser Report, who wrote, so far the arguments debunking stock to flow for Bitcoin appear to just be random word salads by attention seekers. Stock to flow is a valid and vital analysis of Bitcoin price that provides excellent insight into the market. And this is a response to Plan B's tweet written here on July 3rd, who wrote, in this interview, I debunk these arguments. Stock to flow is invalid because it doesn't work for altcoins. Scarcity doesn't give something value. I own a pair of socks my grandma made, of which only one pair exists in the world. How valuable does that make them? Quite interesting, and I'll include all this in the show notes below the video, in the description for you to reference it and check it out for yourself. Yeah, shout out to Max Kaiser. I'm a huge fan. I just watched his recent interview on Valuetainment, and it was really, really good. Kaiser and Song's statements of support for the econometric model come as it has come under fire for a few angles, namely Nico Cordero, the CIO of Strix11, released a report entitled The Chameleon Model. Interesting, right? Why Bitcoin's stock to flow model is fatally flawed. Now, the investor said that gold hasn't been correlated with the stock to flow ratio over the past decade. Cordero added that he thinks the model is illogical due to it predicting 200 million by 2045. How could it be so illogical if we're talking about 25 years into the future? I'm a big fan of the stock to flow model. If you haven't figured it out, I feel it has been accurate and it will continue to remain accurate. And for Christ's sake, if you have a better price prediction model for Bitcoin, please do share it and I will talk about it. That is a fact. All right, now before we get to our next story of the day, let's actually take a look at some of the exchange volumes. We got Binance leading the pack once again, but down 45% still. As you can see, a sea of blood red right now. Binance is at 2.3 billion in volume for the day. Hobby Global down 55% with 1.7 billion in volume. OKEX down 27% with 1.4 billion in volume, and BitMEX down 18% with $518 million in volume in the past 24 hours. And now taking a look at the overall crypto market cap, we're sitting at 259 billion with 47 billion in volume in the past 24 hours. And the Bitcoin dominance, which has been on the decline, as you can see a lot of alts surging against Bitcoin, currently 64.3%. And taking a look at the top gainers within the top 100, we have Flexicoin up a whopping 44%. Holy moly, trading at 0.004. How many of you are bullish on Flexicoin? I know it's been a roller coaster. It's either in the top losers or gainers like every single day. At least it feels that way. We have iExec RLC up 18%, trading at 71.5 cents. Ren up 15%, trading at 17 cents. Loopring up 15%, trading at 9.7 cents. Quant up 12%, trading at $8.86. And Elron up 11%, trading at 0.006. And as we continue to scroll down, you can continue to see some of these gainers. We have Status, I'm very bullish on. We have Augur, we have 0x, I'm very bullish on. We have VeChain, I'm bullish on. Engine Coin, I'm bullish on. So you can see a lot of great projects surging currently against Bitcoin. But now let's take a look at the top losers within the top 100 in the past 24 hours. Swiss Borg down 15%, trading at 8.5 cents. Kyber Network down 9%, trading at $1.64. Compound down 7%, trading at $166. The Midas Touch Gold down 4%, trading at 4.1 cents. MCO down 3%, trading at $4.27. And Verge down 3%, trading at 0.007. Out of this list of altcoins, which alts are you most bullish on? Let me know in the comments right down below. And now taking a look at the BitMEX margins, we can see the bears are back in control, but barely, leading by about 27 million in superiority in the last 24 hours, with shorts leading 53.1% versus 46.9% longs. Are you currently bullish or bearish on the king of all cryptos? Let me know in the comments right down below. And now checking out the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, shows we're currently rated a 40 in fear. Yesterday was a 41, last week a 43, and last month was neutral with a 54. And if you're not familiar with the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, by the way, it's one of my favorite indicators. Extreme fear can be a sign that investors are too worried. That can be a great buying opportunity. And when investors are getting too greedy, that means the market is due for a correction. And now for our next story of the day. Top Bitcoin Analyst says altcoin breakout is imminent and predicts that Ethereum, XRP, Litecoin, as well as 6 crypto assets are set for major rallies. And before I break this down for you, I first want to encourage you to check out the description right below this video by clicking show more in the description right down below for a detailed analysis of what's going on in the market. This goes for all 470 videos right here on my channel. Also have some very helpful resources for you to tap into, including the blog to my podcast, which could be found at cryptonewsyes.com. Also, I appreciate your continued support. If you haven't already subscribed, you can visit cryptonewsalerts.net to subscribe directly, or just smash the subscribe button right below this video. Also, you can follow us on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher Radio, so whichever podcasting platform you're active on. I truly do appreciate your continued support. You can also follow us on Twitter to receive daily crypto news alerts. My Twitter handle is Crypto News Yes. And for those of you active on Facebook, as I am, I do have a crypto Facebook group entitled Crypto Alchemy with over 17,000 cryptopreneurs from all over the world. To become a part of this, simply click this link, request to join. I'll be sure to plug you in. And for those of you active on Telegram, as I am, I do have a crypto Telegram chat. To join, click this link. You'll automatically be added, and I'm looking forward to connecting with you personally on the inside. All right, now let's break down these bullish altcoins. Crypto strategist Nicholas Merton says altcoins are poised to rise up against Bitcoin as large market cap coins such as Ethereum, XRP, and Litecoin begin to show signs of strength in their Bitcoin pairs. On the latest episode of Data Dash, Merton looks at Ethereum and sees the crypto printing solid bullish signals against the king coin. Nicholas Merton goes on to share in the interview, these longer-term indicators are starting to showcase that we're setting up for a reversal. If you just take a look at the price here, this is beautiful. This is exactly what we want to see. It's a nice sideways consolidation, higher lows, and against not any further sell side activity. Now, all we're looking for is for higher highs compared to what we've set back here in December of 2018. As for XRP, Merton believes that the crypto is likely to face more pain in the short term. How much more pain can XRP experience? It went all the way up close to $4 back in the height, right? Back in, I would say, December of 2017, possibly January of 2018, to dropping all the way down to like 10 cents. It's been insane to experience, to say the least. But he expects Ripple's native token to trigger a parabolic rise against Bitcoin once it completes a bullish pattern. That's the key phrase right there. Once it completes a bullish pattern. He goes on to share, it's been over a year now that we've been in this descending wedge, and I have no doubt it's probably going to be another couple of weeks, maybe another month or so, until we really get a break on it. After that, this is when we can start to see the kind of volatile kick up to the upside, and we can start to get almost a parabolic rise here for cryptocurrencies. Turning his attention to Litecoin, Merton says that the coin also offers a large upside against Bitcoin once it dips to its tired and tested buy zone. He goes on to share, when we get down to that range, it's either instantly uplifted, buyers start coming in around this price range, or a matter of less than a week. After that, we kick off what is about 400% gains against Bitcoin. So as you can see, he's extremely bullish here on some of these altcoins against Bitcoin. He goes on to share that the smaller altcoins have more room to grow against Bitcoin, and while that may be true, they're also way more risky. So I just want to throw that out there. He believes that Kyber Network, Ren and Aave, and Basic Attention Token, and Kava and iExec RLC are ripe to ignite after a period of short-term retracement or consolidation. Once again, I'm going to share with you which altcoins he's most bullish on that are smaller market cap coins. That's Kyber Network, that's Ren, that's Aave, aka Lend, Basic Attention Token, aka BAT, and Kava and iExec RLC are ripe to ignite after a period of short-term retracement or consolidation. Out of this list of altcoins, which alts are you most bullish on? Let me know in the comments below. The crypto strategist believes the 6 coins are solid, long-term picks that offer the potential to print outsized gains in their Bitcoin pairs compared to large cap cryptocurrencies. Although he's feeling bullish, Merton also notes the unpredictability of the crypto market at large and says anything can happen. I want to repeat that. Anything can happen because anything can happen in the volatile and risky space. That's to say the least. Well, that's going to conclude today's show. As always, I appreciate you tuning in and journeying along with me inside this incredible crypto matrix. If you gain value out of today's show, be sure to smash that subscribe button and turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts. And real quick before I go, if interested in learning from the Wall Street legend himself, Teeka Tiwari, who picked Apple back in 2003 and Bitcoin in 2016 as he shares his #1 pick for the 2020s, they're calling it the investment of the decade. Right now there is a mad rush in corporate America. It involves Amazon, Google, Microsoft, and Facebook. They're all betting on a new technology that the World Economic Forum projects will soar 295,000% over 7 years, but it's not AI, the Internet of Things, or 5G. To discover what it is, click the link below this video in the description to watch this exclusive presentation by the one and only Teeka Tiwari, and I look forward to catching you in tomorrow's episode. Peace.